The 2023 Canadian Figure Skating National Recap. This is a recap which was requested by Saboriana. First, I just want to say how much I enjoyed the Canadian Nationals. Yes, I know the technical level is below that of others. However, this brand of skating I will call human powered. These skaters are doing their best with talents, skills, will, and hard work. Everything we saw on the ice was based on God given talent and no super juice assistance. As a fan of the sport, we must decide on certain trade offs. I personally will not trade children's safety and drug free sports for quads. This is my line in the sand. Now, to the actual skating that took place at Nationals, starting with men. Without a doubt, this was the most chaotic men's short program that I have ever seen. If I had made a prediction video for men at Canadian Nationals, honestly, my picks would have been Keegan Messing first, Roman Sadovsky second, Steven Gogolev third, Wesley Chiu fourth, and Conrad Orzel first. I would have gotten 1 out of 5 right. Starting with poor Steven Gogolev, this was his worst short program yet. He finished just one placement before last. Literally, not a single thing went right in this disaster of a short program. After the short program, I was honestly really scared to watch his long program. However, the mental strength of Steven is next level. He skated the only clean long program for the men at this event. He literally went from almost last place, from 17th place to first. And he ended up finishing the competition fourth overall, just one place off the podium. Oh, goodness. Then we had Roman Sadovsky. Honestly, this implosion was a little more expected. At this point, this has become the standard with Roman, whereby him having a clean outing with two somewhat clean program is the outlier in his career. Roman was 13th in the short, 5th in the long, and 8th overall. I can't really see anything really changing with Roman in the next season, which is quite a shame because he's very talented. He's really very talented and pleasing to watch when he's on. The other head shake of the night was Wesley Chiu, who was in 11th place after the short program. Wesley came back fighting in the long with an almost clean long to finish third overall. This is the second bronze national medal for Wesley, and I think chances are pretty good that he will either repeat this next season or hopefully even improve on it. A pleasant surprise in this event was Conrad Orzel, who skated, I have to say, two of his best programs to date. I think this is the first major medal for Conrad. Conrad wasn't clean in either the long or the short program. However, he did enough to hang on to second place. I really hope that this will boost his confidence and really help him go to the next level in his skating because there's not many competitive males in Canada and that space is open. That national title is there for the taking, and Conrad can really just step in there if he's consistent and do so. Our winner of the medal in our heart was none other than Keegan Messing. What a great way to end his career with a national title. This was not an easy battle for Keegan. You could see that the jumps require more and more effort, and the toll that was being taken on his body is more and more. However, Keegan still looked happy with his final title and his decision. I hope we still get to see Keegan in some shape or form in skating because he's definitely a very pleasant personality, and I think he has a lot more to give to the sport than just the actual competitive aspect. So I'm really looking forward to seeing if they can transition, Keegan into some other aspects of skating. Then we moved on to the women competition. The women competition is what I would like to call human power and God generated. There were no triple axles or quad, and there was also no question in my mind as to what drugs were these children being force fed. And for that, I was grateful. The podium went with gold for favorite Madeline Schizas, bronze for future champion Kaiya Ruiter, and the bronze medal went to Fiona Bombardier. However, before we go into the podium, can we take a moment and talk about Miss Leah Pereira? Oh my goodness, she was the talk of the event, competing not just in women but also in pairs. Leah managed to finish second in the short program and fifth overall in women. Such a brilliant performance, competing four programs at one competition. Good for you. Now, the podium starting with Fiona. I would say a lovely skater, but honestly, I don't really have a clear impression of her. Fiona is still young, so I will see how she grows as the seasons progress. Silver medalist was Kaiya Ruiter. She made an impression. Not only does she have the most difficult technical level of the women competing right now in Canada, but she also has a little bit of performance and personality. If Kaiya can continue to grow, I can see her winning a Canadian national title in the future. Our winner and second time national champion was Madeline Schizas. Honestly, this was a golden opportunity for Madeline. The judges were behind her and wanted to push her as one of the top women on the international circuit. However, Madeline has yet to deliver the kind of performance that would warrant this. This was a hard fought victory for Madeline, but honestly, I don't see Canada getting a second spot at Worlds if this is the performance she delivers. Sadly, she needs to do a little more. While the men and women event left something to be desired, pairs and ice dance was surprisingly competitive. Pair was good across the board. I'm not saying there were no mistakes, just that it was better than expected. Our winner and first time national champion was the one and only Miss Diva Deanna Stellato-Dudek and Maxime Deschamps. Silver was the ever consistent Brooke Mcintosh and Benjamin Minar, and the bronze was the delightful new pairing of Leah Pereira and Trennt Michaud. Before getting to the medalists, let me just take a moment to say how great it was to see Nicolas Nadeau in pair skating. I was a fan of Nadeau when he was in single, and I'm glad he didn't give up on the sport, but rather chose to try out another discipline. I hope more skaters make that decision so that the sport can retain more of its talent. Now for the podium. Again, I cannot say enough about Leah Pereira finishing fifth in ladies and third with Trennt Michaud in pairs. Considering that this pair only formed 4 months ago, I was amazed. Give this pair 3 years and we may have something special. Silver medalists Brooke and Benjamin are one of the most consistent pairs competing this season. They are very calm and very reliable. I hope that we can see them grow some more next season and really start having more of a presence on the ice. Gold was for the fabulous Miss Diana, who looks stunning in gold. I am happy for Deanna and Maxime. They have put in the work and effort, and now they have been rewarded. I hope Deanna takes some time off to heal because I know she wasn't quite well at this competition. And I really, really would love to see her on the podium at Worlds. This would really right so many of the things that are wrong with women in skating. This would just, it wouldn't make everything better, but it would wash a lot of the unpleasant taste that women skating have left in my mouth lately. So let us all light all of our Dollar Tree candles in prayer for this. Last but certainly not least, ice dance was a nail biter with a very likely upset dangled before us. The podium was Laurence, Fournier, Beaudry, Nikolaj, Sørensen gold, Marjorie Lajoie, Zachary silver, and then Marie-Jade Laurence and Romain Laga bronze. This is one of my favorite podium in history of podium. I don't even care that this is another national podium sweep for Marie-France Debris and her team because this was so well deserved. Starting with our bronze medalists, Marie-Jade and Romain, how much do I love the uniqueness of this team? Usually individuality is not rewarded in ice dance, so it does my heart good to see this team be rewarded. I hope they continue this path of originality and not give into conventional programs. Silver is my Lala couple, Marjorie Lajoie and Zachary Laga. I told you my babies were destined for the podium. Maybe not this season, but soon we will see them there. The fight for the gold and silver was decided by less than a point. Marjorie and Zachary have two of the best programs for me this season. The programs showcase their versatility and their talent. And this is a relatively young couple, so we can only imagine how much growth is ahead of them. My hope is very high for my Lala couple. The winner of the gold were Laurence and Nikolaj. They were absolutely fabulous in both the rhythm dance and the long, making a tiny small skirt related mistake at the end of their free dance. Although they lost the free, I agree with them winning overall. This is another team that I have high hope for. They are well packaged. They are very attractive, disgustingly so. And they have the skill and talent to back it up. Ice dance was without a doubt my favorite discipline at Canadian Nationals. I cannot wait to see how these pairs do for Continental Worlds and also what they have in store for us next season. Well, this was my take at Nationals, but you guys please let me know in the comment, what did you think of Canadian Nationals?